Hey everybody, how's it going? This is the first of essentially two videos. I bought some bits from two different companies. So I got them in, so I thought I'd do a video about them because I do like them and tell you a little bit about the company, not about it, but tell you who made them, the pricing, where they're located, and stuff about the actual bits themselves. So we're going to start off with these legs. I bought these legs from Micro Art Studios. They're located in Poland, so for people like me who live in the United States, or people who live in Canada, or people essentially who are going to get stuff shipped internationally to them, keep that in mind as far as time to get the product, shipping costs, and whatnot. So like I said, they're in Poland. I think Micro Art Studio does painting services as well. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. It's just I think I saw some stuff on Cool Mini or Not that was said Micro Art Studios, and they were painted and looked very nice. I could be wrong though. But they do have a storefront online. They sell some miniatures, they sell movement trays, they sell conversion bits, which is where you can find these legs. And they sell bases, and I think I said that already, I don't know. And some accessory stuff, like I think markers and whatnot, to like mark movement and whatnot. Anyway, I've seen their bases before, the resin bases, they look nice. These legs are called Crusaders legs. And the interesting thing is, it says set 1. Currently is the only set on their website, so that would imply, hopefully, that they would do other sets, which would be pretty cool. Maybe they'll like, obviously, different poses and whatnot. Now, before you go chomping at the bit, they are very well detailed and sculpted. That's a given. They are obviously for Space Marines. You could probably use it for Chaos, but they're a little bit too clean, a little bit too like good looking, if you will, like nice looking, like holy and divine almost, without actually being holy or divinely looking for Chaos. But you could do that, especially like Alpha Legion. But before you go buying them up, they are a set of 5. These are the only 5 legs you get. They give you one of each type of leg, so that's cool. You get one of each. They are almost €10, so do some conversion for your local currency, and it is a little bit expensive for just 5 legs. But the detail is good. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying I would have liked personally to see things cheaper, because who doesn't want to see things cheaper? However, before you go buying them up to start making your Black Templars or your Dark Angels or whatever, having alternate legs, they don't fit Space Marine power armor. Now, that's not a bad thing. And if you're asking yourself, what the hell is that? What the hell do you mean that's not a bad thing? I want to use them for my Space Marines. Well, they fit just fine for Terminators, as you can see. And you don't really have to sculpt robes up the upper half. You can do it half-robed. I like the half-robe look myself, so that's what I'm going to do for at least my some models. So you have alternate legs for Terminators, which I have to say, if that was their full intention, is bravo, because you really only get Terminator legs in the Terminator boxes. And from what I can tell, the legs that are supplied with both the shooting and the assault Terminators, so the Terminator box and the assault Terminator box, are the same legs. And it's not that many different styles. You get some different legs from Chaos Space Marines, obviously, and the Chaos Lord and Terminator armor. So they're kind of chaosy. If you want to do that, trim off some of the heretical icons, you can have different legs looking that way. And you got some legs from the Space Wolves Wolf Guard Terminator box set. You could fill in any Space Wolves iconography or shave things down if you want to, and use that for legs as well. And you got the one Dark Angel leg from the Veteran Squad box, or the Ravenwing Squad box. I forget which one it comes in. Now, while that does sound like a lot of legs, it really isn't. Chances are you're not going to shave down Chaos Marine Terminator legs for your Terminators. And if you're not playing Space Wolves, you're probably not going to buy a box just for the legs. You could borrow them, but anyway, the point is, it is nice to see, and these are very different legs. These are robed. So it is nice to see legs that can work with Terminators that are robed. Not just robed, but different. And that's pretty cool. For my Dark Angels, it's going to work in just fine. So You may be thinking to yourself, well, not that great a deal, 5 legs, almost €10, not counting shipping. Um, why would you buy them if you're not going to do Terminators? Well, very good point. However, being that they are for Space Marines, I can foresee another use for them other than Terminators, and that is to true scale your power armor. Now, you may be asking yourself, what the hell is true scale? That's fine, not everybody knows about it. Pretty much, if you've played 40k and seen an Imperial Guard army and seen a Space Marine army next to each other, aside from being a little bit slenderer, if that's a word, it is now, there's not much difference as far as size and height between a Space Marine and an Imperial Guardsman. It's very minute, not enough to really be what the fluff would say. So what people have done, and there's at least one person in the local game store I go to that does it, and I've seen it online in forums and in pictures of people. They do what they call true scaling their Marines. What that is they use bits, and they use plastic hearts and pinnings and green stuff. Essentially, you chop up some Space Marine legs and body parts, and you fit in with spacers, essentially plastic heart spacers or green stuff spacers, with pinning to make it hold better, and you essentially make the Marine bigger. And when you put him next to an Imperial Guard model, then there's an appropriate height difference. They look more, I don't want to say real, but the height difference is there. It makes it look more imposing, and it does look good. So one thing you do is you chop up the legs to make them bigger. Now, if you're new to true scaling, or you never really thought about true scaling because it looked too daunting a prospect, these legs are ideal for that, because here's a Marine standing next to the legs. The legs come up to around here, around the top of the shoulder pad. So that is a pretty big height difference. Now you set a torso on top of that and true scale out a bit, and you got a true scale Marine. It does naturally make the Terminator stand a little taller. It is a little bit taller than a Terminator standard leg. Not enough, really, to say true scale Terminator. I mean, I guess you could if you'd bulk out the top. But I don't know much about true scaling Terminators. I just know about power armor. I haven't done it yet. I've been debating it, and I might get into it. I may start doing that with I don't know what yet, but maybe try and see about doing it to a one custodian guard model, just because it would look really cool, golden with the red robe and whatnot. Being that it is robed, you are limited to chapters / legions who you use robes, so pre-heresy word bearers, pre-heresy Thousand Sons, Dark Angels, pre- and post-heresy, Black Templars could use it, the Covenant, or the Guardians of the Covenant, or whatever it was, Dark Angels successor chapter, any HQ can use it, Space Marine Captain, a Space Marine Librarian, a Space Marine Chaplain. You can use it to represent like one of your company champions, maybe. You get the idea. So it is a bit expensive just to start true scaling stuff, but it is a nice alternative leg for true scaling, because otherwise you'd have to true scale a regular leg and sculpt your own robes, because I don't imagine true scaling robes would be that effective or efficient considering the way robe models look. So you have that right here, and you can also just keep it as a half robe, or you could sculpt robes on top of it. But that is one idea that when I got these legs and saw their size, I thought, hey, you could totally use this true scale stuff. And then as you get better at it, maybe true scale non-robed legs, so you have some differences there. But that was just my thoughts as far as when I saw them. But they also look great for Terminator legs as is. So I do plan to use at least one for Terminator legs, and maybe I'll do some true scale Dark Angels or something. Who knows? But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Micro Art Studio Crusader leg set. I do hope there are other sets to come in the future, because that'd be pretty cool to see. Give them a check out, or a look at, if you want to, whatever the proper terminology is, at those legs and other things they sell. I think it's pretty cool. They offer some pretty cool alternative stuff to use for bits and whatnot on your models, not just Marines, but of course other ranges out there as well. That's it for these things. When I do paint one up, of course, I'll show it to you. So until next time, take it easy.